Soldier Vet Inspires. And we are so pleased to have her on with us. Wanda Petty, retired U.S. Army veteran, senior non-commissioned officer, and known as Sister Soldier, president and CEO of Vet Inspire. How are you, Wanda?
I'm doing wonderful today. How are you?
I'm fine also. You sound wonderful. You sound wonderful. Listen, what we want to talk about with you, we talk about so many different things. But how is the COV-19 will shift things as we know it? And let people know what we're talking about when we're talking about how COV-19 will change things because a lot of folks aren't aware of what might happen here.
Yeah. So as you first of all, it's wonderful to hear your voice again today, Cliff, and I'm just really grateful to be um you know, able to talk with you today and share this information with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you know, the coronavirus is
Mm-hmm.
really taking effect on people's jobs and the employers, the way they run business as we know it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Things is about to shift. I've been talking about this virtual employment in business arena for a while. And now I believe that this is something that is really going to be the thing to launch us into that arena where employers will have to start thinking about how they can run their businesses without having to have a physical location.
Without
So we
mm-hmm. Explain that
yeah,
without
without
having a
having to
physical vocation.
yeah,
Yeah.
without having a physical location and
Oh,
being able
location. I'm
to have
sorry. Yeah. Okay.
teleworkers,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
being able to have teleworkers work from home so that their establishment don't go under.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're going to be really looking at revising the way that they do things and seeing what they can have and how they can be more flexible without having employers to be able to come to work on a daily basis, but still be able to run things effectively with having employers work from home.
Wow. So what we know what's going on relative to the press conferences by the president and by the governors of different states, and the things that are going on here. That's what you're talking about, right?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Some employers, as of now, they just passed a bill, and one of the bills is sitting at the. I don't want to quote the title of the bill because I would be incorrect. I don't know the correct title, but
Mm-hmm.
as of today, they're sitting at the Capitol Hill for the Congress to approve for employees to be paid 2 weeks leave for those who don't have that already included in their employment plan, and for them to be able to get tested for free. Those things are sitting at the Congress now. They will also be looking at how employers can maybe get some form of reconciliation for having to pay employees while they're not at work and possibly are not conducting work. So, but I think that because all of this has happened the way that it is, a lot of people have been sent home in some states, such as New York, in California. They're closing a lot of the schools down. Kids are working from home on the internet with their homework, and employers who are able to telework and most people are playing it safe and not going into the stores and things like that. So when you look at it in that perspective, the establishments, the place of business establishments are losing a lot of revenue. Those who have maybe not in retail alone, but you're just talking about from day-to-day functions. Some businesses have not considered setting their practices up and implementing new practices for emergencies like this. And so what we are doing is helping with the project management piece. So most people are not familiar with how to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Women Veteran Career Network, when we teach them how to have those skills for project management, we're starting them from the basics. So that means that you don't have to have any type of experience in order to get in at the level that we are assisting them to get in, because I want them to understand that they have to be flexible and consider other ways to be able to earn a revenue and bring in income into their home. After working years with women veterans and veterans who were transitioning, coming out and not having flexibility or not being able to understand how everything works, it just causes such a disruption. And that's where a lot of unemployment sets in. And then we know from unemployment, the depression sets in. And then now you have all these other things that set in and homelessness by way of obstacle, you know. So if we can prepare ourselves by taking the level of knowledge that we have, such as soft skills, and that's just the basics of being able to have critical thinking skills and being how well are we communicating? Are we a good listener? What's the leadership skills that we bring? So employers are looking for things like that in teleworkers. They want to know that you can handle customer service from afar, be able to run programs and projects from the place of a computer, from virtually. And most jobs don't require sitting in an office in order to make those things happen, unless they have a level of a higher security that they have to be under a certain particular skiff or building, you know?
You know, that's very interesting what you're talking about, Sister Soldier, because this is going to make a big difference. We already have seen some changes already, correct? With this COV-19, as it's being called. When you've got the president of the United States, when you've got we're here in Illinois, you know, our governor did the same thing. There's a lot of people who are going to have to change their way of earning a living, and that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so it's not they're not knocked out of the ballpark by what's happening. It just requires a mind shift. So taking the level of skills that you have, and then now allowing, coming to work with us and allow us to help you translate those skills and get the basic skills for the project management. And then now from having that, then now you can take it and we can help place you in a job. So it just requires prior planning and understanding that things are shifting, and who's to say that these same jobs will be available when we go back, because there will be a lot of employers that will recognize, first of all, they don't need an establishment. So they may be looking to decrease their employees. And the ones that they're going to keep is the ones that they know that can be versatile and being able to work from home and being able to work in an office or do work from afar. So it's a level of being able to be balanced and being equipped, keeping up with the trend. There is such a thing as artificial intelligence that's taking place right now. So a lot of those particular jobs that people were normally manning, they needed a cashier, at the cashier's the register,
Mm-hmm.
that's no longer required. They're replacing those with machines, with the automatic scanner, the self
Mm-hmm.
help one.
Mm-hmm.
So if we start transitioning our minds and say, okay, what skill do I have? It doesn't it doesn't matter. It's about the experience from this point.
Wow. That
It's
is
about the
something.
experience.
Wanda Petty, of course, is our lifeline guest, and she is really giving us. She is retired U.S. Army veteran, senior non-commissioned officer known as Sister Soldier, and president and CEO of She Vet Inspired. And we're talking about what's happening with, of course, this COVID-19, as we're calling it. It's a situation where the unfortunate this virus is making all kinds of people uh, worried, which is understandable when you've got the president of the United States and the governors of various states saying, we can't do this, we can't do this. But she's talking about the fact that there's things that can be done. It requires a mind shift, a of project management, of artificial intelligence, and we're just pleased that she is able to come out with saying what she's saying. And Wanda is America's Heroes Group partner. So this is a very good thing. And if somebody wants to give us a call, please do so. 312-374-8130. It's something that a lot of people are really panicking over, and you know, I'm just glad she's one of our partners because she's talking about not panicking, but just thinking in a different way. Virtual readiness. Is that right? That right, Wanda?
Yes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes. I think this is just the beginning of what we'll start to see in the trend of employers changing the way that they do things. And so with that in mind, then the employees will have to be ready. And those who are ready are the ones that will move forward. And the ones who are not, they're going to have to find another way. And I don't think that it'll be a pleasant way of being able to work because, again, technology is starting to replace a lot of our jobs. If we're out
Mm-hmm.
there doing, the cashier work or just the cashier or even the administrative.
Mm-hmm.
The phone systems, they're now having a automated artificial intelligent person answering the phone and asking the questions as if it's a human being.
Yeah,
So
you're
we've got
right.
to change the way that we are doing things and keep ourselves up. And working in project management is the way to do so because there are certain level of things that machines can't do. So they can't interact with the customer when it comes down to having that customer service and providing excellent customer experience. They can't manage the program completely, but we have to know how to manage the systems. So we have to shift the way that we're thinking. And the associate's degree and the bachelor's degree is the new high school diploma.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to have other skills that we take to level ourselves up from where we are and just thinking that a college degree is going to get us where we desire to be as far as an income. And just by taking a basic CAPM course, an individual can increase their income up to six figures. And that's just by getting their foot in the door of project management. So I'm so pleased to be able to offer this training to our veterans that's making this transition and want to stay in the game or start their business and increase their revenue through their business by understanding project management and where artificial intelligence is going and how those two things will work virtually to help them collaborate and reach a broader amount of people and work in a larger capacity and create their own schedules. You know, being ready for what's about to take place. I clearly see it.
You know, and it's just great that you do, because there are so many individuals, as you well know, that are extremely nervous. I'll call it whatever you will, Wanda. But you have a positive outlook on this whole thing.
Yeah, I think that I think sometimes when you're ready and you've been watching, I've watched the market. I'm into technology and media, so I definitely see where the trends are going, and I try to stay on top of that stuff because that's the only way that I know to be. First of all,
Yeah.
is to really be ahead of the game because we don't want to be chasing it.
Now, is
If we
this
have to,
does a lot of this come from the fact that you are uh, a very senior commissioned, a very senior officer in the U.S. Army? I mean, you
well,
yeah.
I think that definitely alludes to it because
Hmm.
once you gain those leadership skills, it never
Right.
goes away.
Yeah.
It's always a part of who we become.
Hmm.
But I think it's really recognizing that well, I've always thought about what's ahead, even while I was active duty. But
Hmm.
it's a matter of not wanting to be chasing things and to be in the know. And so that means we have to research. We have to be around people and places that we are interested in and be in the know with the trends.
Hmm.
And so because I've been watching this for a while and I've just had this inkling, this burning desire probably for 10 years because I saw where things were going to be going. But now I see that it's really ramping up and I see the shift taking place. And I really want to help people get ready and get prepared so that they don't find themselves in that spot of being stuck, you know, just being prepared.
Wanda, can
Prepared.
you give a number where people could reach you, please?
Yes, they can reach me at 713-425-1962. And they can also go to womenveteranscareernetwork.com.
Okay, 713-425-1962.
Yes,
And what was the other? Hmm.
womenveteranscareernetwork.com.
WomenVeteransNetwork.com. That's great.
Career
Okay.
Network.
CareerNetwork.com. Okay, I should know that.
Yeah, that's
Right.
where they'll find out about the project management training that we have.
There is so much that's going to be happening, that's for sure. And rather than you're getting nervous about it, it's just the opposite. You're getting positive about it, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I just appreciate you being part of America's Heroes Group, Wanda. And
Well, I'm excited to be a part of it, Cliff.
well, thank you so.
Thank you for having me.
You are more than welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, that's something that is really a great thing. That this sort of thing that a lot of people are, ready to slit their wrist, but that's not what Wanda Petty is doing. And this is exactly what is great about March being National Women's History Month. Women out there doing all kinds of great things, and we just appreciate